What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Powered by Primus, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing off me playing Deadlock Cars, which was a deck doctor list that I did put together a couple of weeks ago. This was another match that I did play that night, going up against Kevin, who is running Sunstorm, and then is going to have Mirage and Chromia for a very cool blue build that has the potential to get to an insane amount of cards in his hand. Now, I do have the audio for it, however, it's really loud because it's in the store, and I didn't have my mic on at the time, so I'm going to be casting over this one, which is going to be really fun, something that I truly love to do. So I did choose to go first, and I did send Prowl here into, it looks like Sunstorm, just to try to push a little bit of damage, getting in here for 6. However, Sunstorm has a 3 defense on that alt side, so with a lot of that, I think I did get Pierce 2 in there, which is what did tend to stick on that character. Now, the really cool part about this list that Kevin does have is it is all about drawing. I think he's also running 48 cards in the deck, so we do get to see him play a Pocket Processor there, allowing him to draw 1 additional card at the start of his turn, and then throwing Chromia in here. Now, Chromia is not going to be doing a lot of damage, but what he's primarily using for is for that other ability. When she does defend and flips 2 blue battle icons, he gets to draw a card. Now, Sunstorm's attack while in bot mode is equal to the number of cards in hand, so he can potentially get to some really big amounts. I think I've seen Kevin get up to 44 damage, I think, so he's been able to get up to an insane amount of damage when it does come to swinging in with that character. And then obviously gonna be able to have Mirage here, because when you flip Mirage to the other mode, you get to reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a blue, then you do indeed fact get to draw 2, and then if it's not, you get to draw 1, so a lot of draw in the deck. It looks like I am going to be pondering here if I do want to upgrade first with a upgrade, and then to be able to get the cycle with Wheeljack's ability. Looks like that's going to be my play, going for the grenade launcher here, so I do get to draw 1, and then I do get to scrap 1. Looks like I picked up another grenade launcher, and which has worked out. I didn't really want to get rid of it, but this does give access to bolt 3 now to my Wheeljack, because you do have to have a weapon in the scrap pile in order for you to get that. Looks like we're doing a big punch here. We're going to be supercharging and try to send her in here. Like I said, again, I'm trying to really get rid of her because I know she's going to be able to net him a couple of cards over the course of the game, so I can get her off the table here. Then that's going to be really nice. That is a lot of black battle icon cards that I did flip there, so I do believe this is a pretty solid amount. This should be enough to get her ridiculously close, because I actually don't want to finish her off if I don't have to, just because, oh, it looks like we did get her. Just because Deadlock does have that bounty ability, which is what I was showing there by pointing over at Deadlock, where I get to KO a character, I get to draw 2 and transform, so you really kind of want to try to like keep her on the table there. The benefit to that, though, yes, I'm losing 2 cards, but I do not have to send an attack into her with only 1 or 2 damage left. Looks like I'm debating on picking up, oh, alright, looks like I did pick it up. I can get to see what it was exactly. I think it was a Soldier's Blaster. I do run one of it in the list just because it allows me to be able to get that +3 attack on pretty much anyone, because not a lot of people are running Mercenaries, so obviously that weapon onto Deadlock is going to be able to give us +3 attack. Alright, Kevin's going to be flipping here into that Mirage, and then he's going to be playing that Reinforced Plating on Sunstorm. Again, he's going to keep Sunstorm in that mode for a very long time until he's ready to kind of turn it around and crash in, just because that thing has 3 defense. So playing a secret action here and then throwing Mirage in now means that Mirage also has Tough 2. So really cool stuff, that it's something you kind of can't interrupt yet until Wave 5 comes out. And then going to be getting in here for a solid amount of damage, and then it's going to go back to my turn now, where I'm going to have to really depend on what that is, and it looks like I'm still kind of going all into it. There's going to be a Soldier's Blaster and a Reckless Charge. Hopefully this is not a Sabotage, and it's not. Oof, got really lucky there. I think I was really planning on it not being a Sabotage, and I didn't really have a way around it, so it was kind of just go in there and see what we can do. So it's going to be getting in for 5, 9, 12, 13 damage, so pretty solid amount here. Looks like we're just double checking the math. Getting a lot of defense here, which is really awesome. He flipped a lot of double blues there, so only taking 4 after that, so really good amount. It's one of the reasons why I did decide to put in black battle icons in this deck, is because there were lots of times where it just came down to a few points of Pierce mattering. However, I got really unfortunate with flipping all of those black battle icons with Wheeljack. So, and then I obviously take 3 at end of turn because of Reckless Charge. It's really sad, but I almost took as much damage as he did during that combat. So the benefit, though, is that Deadlock does have stealth. It was a very rated character for me. I did play him, and I ended up getting 2 wins at the Energon Invitational with it. Really good stuff now that actually I've played with it. So Cameron from Arbitrary Hero did submit this character to me for a Deck Doctor series, and I did really enjoy playing with it. So big thanks to him again for that. And then it looks like Kevin's going to be going for a second processor here, and it looks like he is debating on probably a brainstorm turn to try to get a bunch of damage in here. This is the one turn that he kind of wants to be able to attack with Sunstorm and be able to finish off somebody. It looks like that's not going to be the case, so he's going to flip to the other side. He's going to reveal a black battle icon card, which is reprocess, so, or I'm sorry, a repurpose, so he only gets to draw one, not draw two. However, it's still drawing one, you know, it's not bad. That is a really interesting card in the list as well. It's definitely a you know, scrap one, draw two kind of a gig, which is really cool. It's also a black battle icon, which is what he's trying to push, is a little bit of that pierce as well, because he's not obviously putting out a lot of damage until he gets to Sunstorm having a bunch of cards in hand. It looks like he did play a secret action. This, I believe, is going to be probably a sabotage armaments, and then he's going to be attacking most likely into Wheeljack. Yeah, so Wheeljack's really your only good target here. Like I said, luckily Deadlock definitely has stealth, so you can't go into him, and then Prowl's obviously not a great attack. However, Prowl can get in for some pretty cool damage, so we're going to be flipping Wheeljack here, and it's because I'm going to be trying to go for an upgrade here. Oh, no, it's so I can get the triple ability. So with that card there, we're allowed to draw one, repair one from a melee, and then plan one. So Wedge Formation's really awesome. It's actually a fantastic card of the list, and I really wanted it. And then there also, it fits those pips, just absolutely fantastic. So going to be sending Prowl in here. Looks like when I was trying to draw one, I was probably trying to get a hold of a weapon. I didn't really get to see one, so we're going to be attacking here into Mirage, who now has tough 3, and I think it's just because even if it would have been the other way around, going into Sunstorm, who has tough 5, is just so bad, and if it ends up getting tough 3 on top of that, you're looking at tough 8, but I was probably not getting any damage, so I was definitely trying to go in and just do a little bit more damage to that Mirage, not to mention being able, again, to butter it up for a Deadlock. So Kevin drawing 3 at the start of his turn. This is where stuff starts to get really crazy. Like I said, he does having some insane brainstorm turns as well, where he's able to like draw 15 cards in a turn. It can get absolutely insane. And then he does flip over that Sunstorm and just absolutely crush pretty much any character that he does want. Flipping over Mirage here means that he's not going to be attacking with Sunstorm this turn, so that is most likely going to be leading down to a secret action and kind of trying to really load up that Mirage. Now, if you guys did notice at the beginning of the game, I did pick up a Bashing Shield. I assumed when I saw Sunstorm that it was going to be a very defensive deck, so it's always nice just to kind of have those Bashing Shields. And then I think in this list I actually run 2 Bashing Shields, so at least I'll be able to most likely hit that reinforced plating when it comes to this next turn. So it looks like he's debating if he does want to go for a Brainstorm turn, so we are going to see a Brainstorm with double secret action. That's pretty intense. So the thing I know that I was looking at for here is to see if the secret action ability does stack, and it does not. Just as long as it has a secret action, it just gets tough too. Attacking in here, only getting in for probably a couple of points of damage. Yep. And then now it's going to come back to my turn. So now that he's got 2 of those down, it's most likely going to be a Battlefield Report, or it could be a Sabotage Armaments. Again, like I said, we have yet to see one. I know that he also does run Swerve in the deck, which is also a really cool ability that you can work on with both of those characters, really all 3 of his characters in the list. Allows him to flip from bot mode to alt mode when they defend, so you'll still be able to get access to the tough on the Mirage side, and then you get to draw, or you can get to play an armor off of Chromia, or even just get Sunstorm back into more defense. So it's actually a really cool card in the list. I don't remember what he has here, and it looks like I'm debating the same thing as far as if I want to kind of just throw in Deadlock here, and then kind of make him go back into Prowl, which is not a bad play, or if I do want to try to go in here with Wheeljack and see if I could try to push enough damage onto Mirage. Looks like I'm going to go with the Deadlock play, because I do want him to be forced into that Prowl, which is really, really smart, just in case he does flip over that Sunstorm. He's unfortunately crushing kind of a bad character that I'm not really wanting anyway. So this is going to be a Battlefield Report and a Swerve, so that Swerve does allow him to flip. That is going to give him a bunch of tough. It also does let him draw 2 cards potentially, 3 cards potentially. All right, let's see, because you have to work out the interactions the way you want it to. So it looks like he's doing the draw 2 and then putting one on top of the deck first. And then he's going to activate the Swerve, look at it, most likely a blue card. And then, oh yeah, he put that on the wrong spot. There you go. So put that on the wrong spot, and then he did draw the 2 because it was a Smoke Cloak. So really, really good stuff. And then, so that just, essentially nets him 3 cards. So pretty good. Not to mention now, like I said, he's got just an insane amount of defense, which we're not really that worried about because we're sending in Deadlock here. So I'm probably not going to be getting a lot of damage. And it looks like I didn't get any damage. Still flipping for defense, but I would imagine there won't be any damage here. Doing some basic math. And oh, hey, we got in there. Looks like we got in there for 2. 3? Wow, we got in there for some good damage. I'm not gonna lie, I did not think that was gonna happen. We did get in for some good solid damage, which is still really nice because, I mean, we wasted the swing, right? So we got him for some damage. He did get a bunch of cards, and then again, it really forces him into prowl here, and that's what makes this Deadlock stealth so important in a lot of these matchups, is now this is just a bad swing for Kevin, so it's really unfortunate for him. And then, however, Wheeljack gets to kind of chomp on whoever he wants. We're probably going to be going into Sunstorm, maybe possibly finishing off Mirage. Let's see what I do plan on going with. So this is going to be a pretty big turn here for Kevin, playing that Brainstorm, playing the Pep Talk to draw 2 additional cards. Now he does have 1 more action, so he can choose to play a secret action if he wants, or he can choose to go with an Equipment Enthusiast, which is a card that he has in his list to be able to draw 4 more additional cards. He could also even possibly keep brainstorming from here. I know he's probably contemplating here because he has more brainstorm. So yeah, it looks like he's stacking his cards, trying to see exactly how many he wants to do here, meaning most likely he does have another brainstorm that he's sitting there cycling with. Going deep in the tank. That is one thing about a lot of these decks, and it's one thing that I love about playing these kind of decks is, man, the math is so much fun to try to figure out. The turn sequencing is really fun to figure out. And then also just like, it's kind of just a cool read to be able to see something like that. You just know that the opponent has, you know, a brainstorm, and that's what they're kind of contemplating. So he looks like he's going for the brainstorm. We're going to be going for the repurpose to scrap 1 and draw 2. So he's going to be scrapping that Smoke Cloak to draw 2 additional cards. Now this again is really nice for my Bashing Shield, is it probably represents that he has too many armors in his hand. So being able to hit one of those reinforced platings after watching him scrap 1, there's a higher chance that he does not have another one in his hand because he hasn't seen me playing any removal for him, so he doesn't feel like needing them in his hand is worth it. So that can be a kind of a cool little thing to obviously keep in mind. And then the last card, playing a Leap into Battle. So this Sunstorm is getting in for a pretty good amount. It looks like he's also debating if it's even worth it. He's got a pretty, you know, sizable hand. However, Prowl does still have 7 health with, I think, 1 armor. So he does have to get in for at least 11. No, I'm sorry. You do have 7, 8. He has to at least get in for 8 to be able to finish this off. And then it looks like he's more than enough to get the job done. And then really cool part is that for me on my side, I did just see 2 double blues get flipped there on attack. So he's probably going to be really low on the double blue count in his deck. So this might be a good turn for a big hit, which is looks like I'm pondering on that Reckless Charge there. The other thing I have is just Supercharge for even more bold, and then it looks like I also do have the Repair 3 from an Autobot if you do have a Decepticon. Now that card did end up getting cut after tonight, or I guess the night that I played these games, just because I didn't really find that repairing the 3 that relevant. Part of this is just one of the reasons why is, like, you can just see it here. Even if he was to go in with Sunstorm with a big hand, he's probably going to be able to finish him off anyway, so being able to repair is kind of irrelevant. I think Kevin's hand here, though, was pretty light, which is why he went with the Leap into Battle, so that's why I went for the Repair 3, because I should be able to avoid a one-shot coming back. And then we are going to be getting in for some decent damage here. Because I think if I was planning on just going down anyway, I probably just would have played the Reckless Charge to push more damage and just open the door for my opponent to kind of be forced there. However, I guess this would kind of force my Kevin to attack back in with Sunstorm, because Mirage won't be able to put out enough damage to be able to one-shot my Wheeljack. So that's another little play there as well, is it kind of, you know, pushes him into that realm versus being a little more protective. If I had played the Reckless Charge, I may not have been able to one-shot on the Crackback, and then Mirage might have been able to take me down with that damage stack. So looks like we're going to be getting in here for pretty good amounts of damage. It looks like I'm just trying to put up a little bit of damage onto the Sunstorm. I could have KO'd the Mirage there. However, then that would definitely force the Sunstorm in, and I'm not quite ready for it yet. Another really good thing here is to kind of force my opponent again to another bad attack. Deadlock is definitely my key character in the list, which is what the point was, and I really want him to be able to get to that late game and chew on whoever he wants, especially with that Soldier's Blaster. It's just a lot of damage, and then obviously I did not play that Bashing Shield, so I either let it go or I'm really not holding it. I was pretty sure that that last card in my hand there is Bashing Shield, so maybe I did let it go early game and I found myself in a really bad spot. Alright. So flipping Mirage here is kind of what I was talking about doing, is that it's going to force that Mirage to have to come in and do a bad attack onto Wheeljack, and then I can either have Wheeljack crack back, and then I can really kind of figure out things with Deadlock, or I can even choose to use Deadlock to be able to go in, probably get the KO onto Mirage, draw a couple of cards. However, then that exposes my Mirage, or I'm sorry, my Deadlock, who has 0 armor, and I only have like 6 blues in the deck, so not a good idea. So it looks like Kevin is pretty deep in the tank here, probably just going through his card count, seeing if he does have enough to probably KO the Wheeljack with one shot. That might be a plan that he is working on over here. Alright, so going with an Energon Axe, that just straight up gives him +2 essentially because you are losing a card. And then that big Equipment Enthusiast coming in drawing 5. So like I said, Equipment Enthusiast in this deck is really, really good. If you are going up against this Sunstorm list, you definitely have to have a lot of upgrade removal and you have to really be trying to take it all down, because if you let them linger like that, like I said, he can get some massive, massive turns with those Equipment Enthusiasts. So, and then obviously you're drawing so many cards, you're going to be seeing them, right? So gonna see him. All right, so it looks like Sunstorm is going in for the KO on this Wheeljack, so he's gonna be getting in for a lot of damage here. I have no idea what's currently in his hand, but I have what, 11 health left and flipped a blue and still got taken down. So he had quite a bit of cards in his hand, and then obviously the Energon Axe, like I said, you know, just giving a little bit of extra damage. That is gonna be enough, and then hopefully my Deadlock now is gonna be able to finish the deal on this Sunstorm, or I'm gonna find myself losing a game 1. I mean, the other thing I could do is go into Sunstorm here, which I have to, and then hopefully survive a Mirage attack, reset, and then finish off Sunstorm, but then Mirage will most likely be taking me down. So just a really, really interesting thing here. It looks like we are going for a supercharge, so I'm going to guess I do not have that Bashing Shield, which is really awkward. I really wonder where that went at some point. And it looks like I'm debating here if I want to go for the Bounty ability. I do lose attack, but it looks like we are going to be trying it anyway going into Sunstorm here. I have to really, really hope that I get this, or we are definitely going to be in the KO. Looks like I'm flipping all of my cards backwards. We're going for the slow flips, seeing exactly what we need. Oh, blue. Oh, man, I don't know if this is going to be enough. So we're looking at 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it looks like that is going to be enough to get it done. Got to wipe some sweat off there because that was definitely really, really risky. So first thing I'm going to do here is decide if I want to pick up any greens. No, it's going to go away. Our Bounty ability is going to proc, so we do get to draw 2 and then transform. So it looks like I was just trying to figure out the exact sequencing. If it was just transform, draw 2, however else. So it does just get me back into this mode. Again, I have no armor though, and what I really have to do is to be able to survive this hit. I do believe Deadlock has 12 health. So I'm sitting with 9 remaining and no armor and maybe some blues in the deck. So it'll be pretty interesting here, especially if he happens to pull out like another Energon Axe and a leap into battle. That's a lot of damage that can come out of nowhere and definitely finish me off. Not to mention he's got a million cards in his hand, so looks like he did miss a draw there. I mean, look at those cards. Look at that. He's like holding like half his deck. Pretty crazy. I did once come by the table and Kevin was playing against somebody else, I don't remember who, and he literally did have his deck in his hand. It was absolutely insane. So going for a Brainstorm play here. What is he going to be doing? You know, the really fun part was yesterday cracking open that Sunstorm in our Trash or Cash episode. If you guys haven't watched it, I would definitely recommend you guys go watch it. It was a lot of fun, but we did get to pull one, so I thought this gameplay video today was gonna be really fun. So going with a Equipment Enthusiast, netting him 2 cards and then putting 1 face down for that secret action. This is gonna allow him to be able to have tough 4, so it's gonna be a tall order for me to be able to get through, which is probably why he was going for that. Getting in here, so what he's planning on doing is really kind of tanking this turn. Oh, he was 1 card off the Energon Axe. You can definitely tell that by that gesture he was definitely unhappy about that, but he's gonna be obviously trying to hunker down. I did get to survive here, so I'm most likely gonna be doing my Reckless Charge here because I absolutely have to finish this turn, and then obviously the 3 damage at the end of the turn doesn't matter because I've won the game at that point, so we're gonna have to go all in on this character. My big debate here, which isn't really much of a debate, looks like I'm just thinking about it a lot, is if that card is a Sabotage Armaments, I find myself in a really, really bad spot. However, I honestly can't go around it. The +4 is just so needed this turn with the Reckless because it's definitely a win or lose this turn. So I'm going to just have to kind of go all in and figure things out. I don't know if I'm debating on... Oh, I remember what I was debating on. I had a dual wield in my hand, and I was debating if I should go for like a grenade launcher, and then we were just checking here to see if it scraps all the opponent's weapons, and it does scrap all of them. So really good thing, yeah, there's the dual wield. That I did not go for the dual wield play, and it's just because I could have possibly picked up a grenade launcher and gotten for a bunch. However, that Sabotage Armaments would have wrecked me and I would have lost the game. So going with the Reckless Charge here was just the smarter play, and this is going to be getting me in for 11, and this is hopefully going to be enough to get it done. He does have a lot of damage already on... I think he has 9 already on that Mirage. We only have to get in through 3. And it looks like, oh, I can't tell. Can't tell. I think he lives at 1. Is that real? Yeah, it looks like that was real. All right, so he did survive with 1. Did he? No, looks like it was just enough. Okay. Whew. looks like it was just enough there. I was definitely a little worried. I was like, man, did he really just survive with one? Or you know, I can't even tell, to be honest with you. I guess we're gonna see how the rest of these games do shake out. All right, getting into game 2 here, and it looks like I'm drawing 4 cards, so that means that I did, I think, lose, and then I did choose to get an additional card and go first. So I'm going to put myself on a loss for game 1. It's really sad I don't remember, but this was a little bit ago, so we're going to be getting in here, and I am going to be attacking in, and it looks like I'm going to be going after probably Chromia again. I would imagine that, okay, so it looks like I'm definitely going to say I lost game 1, because now I'm really mad, and we're going into Mirage here, so that character living with 1, that tough 4 was relevant, which really makes me wonder why I let that Bashing Shield go game 1 pretty early. It was definitely a big misplay, so just goes to show, guys, you know, you just gotta you gotta pay attention to all that kind of stuff. So gonna be flipping Chromia here, which is gonna allow him to set up for her on the defense to be able to probably get you know, the draw card. That token there is pretty fun little secret action token from Wreck and Roll. Big fan of them. So looks like he's going to be attacking in here with Chromia. Probably not getting in for a whole lot of damage. I also did flip a blue battle icon card. That is going to be the Energon edition, Start Your Engines. I love that card so much. So really good stuff. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be taking just 1 there. Picking up a pretty nice card and a grenade launcher. Solid stuff. So again, it depends with the secret action. That's the one thing I love about these secret action decks. And like, it's really frustrating to play against. However, it's really amazing when it comes down to playing them because you don't know what it is, right? Is the grenade launcher good enough, or is it a sabotage to just completely wreck me? So I really like the fact that you have a lot of those mind games when it comes to it. All right, going for a grenade launcher there. This does allow us to draw 1 and scrap 1 off of our Wheeljack ability because he is upgraded. We are upgrading a car. And it looks like I did pick up a turbo booster there, which is really nice. Kind of sad that I played the grenade launcher to be able to get to that, because I would have loved to have untapped Prowl here. However, we're going to be able to do that next turn and be really nice stuff. So we're going to be able to attack in here with Deadlock if we want, force into Prowl, and then to be able to untap with Prowl and to swing back into Prowl to again force into Prowl. Could be really nice, but again, depends on if that's a sabotage armament. So you can double my frustration. I have no idea what it is. So I still think it's kind of a, you go in, play, and it looks like this is what I'm doing anyways. I'm playing the Reckless Charge and going into Chromia here, and it's because if it is a sabotage, I'm still getting the +4, and now this will most likely be enough to be able to KO her. He does get to draw 1 and put 1 back on top of his deck, most likely double blue, which is what you guys do indeed fact see there. I'm going to be getting in for, I think, 15 here, 16. It is a lot of damage. So it looks like 5 plus 9 is 14, plus 3 is 17. So this is going to be enough to just one-shot her. He did flip 2 blues on defense, so that does allow him to draw 1 additional card from Chromia, but that does get her off the table in 1 hit. So really nice that that wasn't a sabotage armament. It's really helped me out there. We're going to need some cleanup after game 1. That living with 1, guys, I'm telling you, the 1 in this game is real. You sit there and go to an event when there's like, you know, probably at least like 8 or 9 players that are playing, and just walk around and just listen to how many times people survive at 1. Like, it may not be game enders all the time, but a lot of times that 1 is real. So Kevin is going to be playing the Pocket Processor there, allowing him to draw at the start of his turn again, playing a secret action, flipping Mirage. A really easy sequencing with this deck, which is what I love, is that the flip pressure between these characters is really low. It is a really awesome sequence to be able to do stuff like this, and then that secret action does turn on tough 2 for that Mirage, allowing him to take more. Well, I guess allow him to flip more on defense, right? Now I'm going to be going for the turbo boosters here, which is another thing. I guess it makes more sense. I don't know. We're actually to do the math between it, because like Prowl has bolt 1 and has 5 attack. That might be better. Or you get to untap Deadlock and then force in there. So it looks like, oh, this is what my plan was. Oh, okay, I see what we're trying to do here. So contract contingency, and then we're going to be going into Mirage here. So this is going to allow me just to draw some additional cards. So this is what I was definitely trying to go for here. This swerve is going to allow him to flip to the other mode. He gets to reveal the top. It is a blue battle icon. He gets to draw 2. But what we're trying to do is really get in here for a bunch of damage. And it looks like we have 3, 4, 5, 6 Pierce 2. So it looks like we're not going to be able to even get our secondary bounty ability from contract contingency, because that does say that we have to get in for at least 4 damage, and we unfortunately didn't see it because of the way our pips went. So that's a little unfortunate. So I definitely had a cool play there to be able to get in at least 4 to be able to flip and draw a couple more cards and refill my hand. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. So All right, Kevin drawing additional cards at the start of his turn. It looks like he is debating on what he has to do now. Again, though, I'm really forcing here. Oh, you know what? We're not forcing here because I do not have stealth on that Deadlock. He can totally now go into that Deadlock, so that is a little scary. So we might have made a big boo-boo. All right, it's also pretty early, so hopefully he doesn't have a lot of damage in his hand. We will see. So yeah, it looks like I was just doing that last little bit of math. I was really trying. Like I said, it was a really cool play. It was definitely a little more of a ballsy play, but it was indeed fact. So it looks like he is debating on putting an armor onto Sunstorm there, which is going to usually tell you that he's probably not going to be flipping it into bot mode, just to try to really kind of hunker down on it a little bit, and we'll see what he does. So he's going to be going with that smoke cloak there. Looks like he's debating on a brainstorm play as well. See what kind of cards he can draw. It might even just possibly be like a pep talk. I know that he does run that in the list to draw too. Equipment enthusiast here would also draw him too. So we'll see what he does and choose to decide to go with. All right, looks like I'm going through my scrap pile. I'm probably trying to make sure I have a weapon in there. I might have had to go through a few more flips and to see what we're doing. So it looks like we're doing the math here on how much damage he'd have to indeed fact get to, or even possibly draw to be able to get into the moment that, or the position that he wants to get into. So it looks like he's gonna be going into a leap into battle. No, he's not. All right, he's going to be going into Leap into Battle and then going into Prowl. So again, I got really lucky here. He's going to have to go into Prowl. The Leap into Battle wasn't enough to take down the Deadlock, which lucky me. So that is going to be going into that Prowl, which is most likely going to be taking that Prowl down. With the cards in his hand, it looks like that is going to be enough to get the job done. Now, the cool part is that does mean that he has a lighter amount of cards in hand. If he was going for that kind of a play, he did happen to also have to get the +3 off of the other mode. Now, my debate here is, do I flip Deadlock and turn back on Stealth for the start of next turn, or do I flip Wheeljack and try to get a really big punch here? So I know the thing that we talked about previously on the last turn was that he didn't have enough to be able to KO Deadlock. He had to go for the +3. So I do have the chance here of flipping Wheeljack and KOing Mirage, and then seeing if he does have the same ability to not go after Deadlock next turn, or am I a little more on the defensive side of things? Let's flip Deadlock, let's pump Wheeljack however best we can, and then let's be able to see what we can do. So it looks like that is my start of my play. I'm going for the draw one. Ooh, that was another turbo booster, so very unfortunate there. So I guess that was my play was if I decided I wanted to do another turbo boost and flip. It looks like I just drew it off of it, and then we're going to be getting in here for pretty big amounts of damage. So I do have a weapon in the scrap, so we're going to be getting in for pretty good amounts. I don't know if I go into Mirage here, or if we, looks like I did go into Sunstorm. So again, really trying to push a lot of damage onto the character, getting in for a lot there, which is really, really nice. I think that Sunstorm only has 2 health left. I think he's got 14, if I remember right. We just put 12 damage on there, so that is, it's a really, really good spot. So again, I'm putting him on the fact that he doesn't have enough to be able to one-shot my, or finish off my Deadlock with his Sunstorm here. He did get to draw 2 additional cards in the beginning. However, again, though, that Leap into Battle is at +3, so we are going to see what, indeed fact, he does have here. Going through my scrap pile, he's probably looking at how many blue battle icons I do have in the deck. I think I run, at the time, 3 Start Your Engines, 2 or 3 marksmanships, and then I know I sideboard a few blues as well, and like sabotage armaments and a couple other things. However, I don't think I boarded any of them in. I don't believe Kevin sideboarded, so usually if my opponent isn't sideboard, I don't sideboard. I think it's a little unfair for me to like add better cards to my opponent's matchups, and then they don't get to do the same thing. So it looks like that was probably just the math, just figuring out exactly what double blues were left. It looks like Kevin is deciding on going for a big brainstorm turn here to be able to draw a bunch of cards. Look at that. He is putting a lot of stuff down. So you can just see me, and I am just sinking away as I know what's probably going to be happening here. These big brain plays here. I do love these playmats. So you guys like these playmats? I think we do still have 1 or 2 more Grimlock playmats available. The Starscream playmat has sold out every single time that I've gotten it back in, so I'll probably be eventually getting more of those. I know some people have been asking me about them. However, I am working on some new art right now. A nice little piece of Optimus and Megatron. So Gonna be doing some fun stuff with the new pieces. Once I obviously get them a little further, I will show you guys. Since we're at home, I have a little more time to get done some of these art projects I've been working on. So he's gonna be flipping a Sunstorm for the turn to pick up that additional armor. He's gonna be playing, holy shnikes, playing Energon Axe onto Mirage Brainstorm, and then 2 steady shots. So he is getting +7 there. So he is definitely going into this Deadlock. Holy crap. That is a lot of damage in there. And I don't know if I needed to flip a blue or if the blue allows me to stick around. So looks like it's going to be sending me packing. So Deadlock is going to be getting canned there, unfortunately. Whew. That's pretty crazy. So what it's going to come down to now is I'll most likely be able to finish this Mirage here. Oh, that's right. I was like, what happened? Flip Prowl in the KO area. So Prowl is one of the Sentinels from Wave 2. He does have the ability when you flip him in the KO area, you get to scrap an enemy weapon. So boom, we get to get that Energon Axe off the field. Really important, actually, because we are going to get the reset here. What I have to hope is that my opponent doesn't have enough to be able to KO my Wheeljack, so we're going to ramming speed that Pocket Processor away. He did have to play a lot of cards last turn to be able to do this, and so if I'm smart, I'm most likely going into Mirage here. So let's hope that is the right play on my part. So yeah, it is going to be the right play. And it's only because that Sunstorm is a little defenseless now. He may have 3 defense. However, his hand is very low, and getting rid of that Pocket Processor also keeps him down on cards. And then you're also not allowing like Mirage flips and any of that other stuff to be able to go down. So he only has 2 health here. He's going to have a lot of cards in hand to be able to get this Wheeljack down. So again, that's what I was really trying to do, is just make sure that a lot of those cards were gone, so he didn't have a lot of drawing. Like I said, again, we also watched him, chuck 3 cards last turn to be able to get Deadlock off the table. So looks like he's going to most likely probably leaving him in alt mode here. I think that is the correct play, just because it does have 3 defense, and trying to give it as much defense as possible. Probably playing another Pocket Processor is really good. Most likely going to be seeing a secret action here, like a hidden fortification or something like that. So it looks like he might be going with an armor. All right, going with an armor. And then that's most likely going to be a battlefield report or a hidden fortification to really push that defense. And then so he's going to try to take the long game here. It'll take him 3 or 4 turns, so I have a little bit of time to be able to, really stem the bleeding and try to get in here. So it looks like we're going for a power punch, and then the contract contingency, which is going to give us an additional +2. Obviously, we have no bounty, but it is +2. So we're going to be trying to get in there. Like I said, I was really putting him on the tough 3-1 there, which is why I decided to play the power punch. Even if it would have been a sabotage right at this point, we kind of just have to go all in and hope that it all does get to stick. This will most likely be more than enough. I think all we have to do is show enough black pips, and it looks like that is the case. So we are going to be going into game 3. I have confirmed it is official, everyone. I did lose game 1, so we're going to be going into game 3 in this match to see what indeed fact happens. Alrighty, getting into game 3 here, it looks like Kevin is choosing to go first. That does allow him to start with 4 cards, which is really nice, and then this does allow him to throw in Chromia right away. She's usually my first target really anyway. However, this is going to make it a little better for him because he does have that additional card. Hopefully get to draw off of her defense here, and then kind of put him in a really nice boat. Plus he gets to put damage on whoever he wants. So he's mad at my Wheeljack this game, so he's going to be sending Wheeljack into her. It looks like he's going to be getting in that Pierce 1. I was really happy though. I even flipped a blue battle icon, but that black, it beats out the blue. So looks like I just drew a bashing shield off the top, which is really, really nice. It's one thing that I actually would love to do in this matchup is draw one rather than him see that I pick one up after a combat. Going for a power punch here. I usually do a really good job of almost getting her off the table I think the first 2 games it's one-shot her every single time. So it looks like we did get to draw a card and scrap a card off of the Wheeljack proc because we obviously upgraded a car, and we're going to be sending in Prowl here with Bolt 4 into this Chromia to see what we can do. Getting in for some solid cards so far. That is a lot of damage. Alright, doing some math. It looks like 12 or so. Can't quite see. Took a pretty fair chunk of damage. That's really nice. The good news is maybe we'll be able to actually get a bounty ability. I want to be able to show you guys. I know the previous video I did post of gameplay with this list. I got to proc it quite a bit, and it was a really, really fun match. However, maybe you guys will get to see it in this match as well. He did play that Pocket Processor, so it does allow him to draw additional cards, and then now going for the Pep Talk to draw 2 more cards. The amount of draw in this deck is insane. Now, yes, you can also like wreck it with like a system reboot and stuff like that, but I mean, But even like a security checkpoint doesn't really hurt Kevin that bad. Like that's how good he built, or how well he built the deck, is like even off a security checkpoint he may lose like 4 or 5 cards, but the majority of his deck is action, so he's really kind of protected from a bunch of stuff, at least until wave 5, right? So really fun thing here. Looks like I'm gonna be going for a start your engines here. That has allowed me to untap Prowl. Really good stuff. I think I've only done like 2 untaps this entire match, and for this to be a cards list, you need to be getting those untaps. It's very, very relevant. And then playing yet another Power Punch. So really good stuff here, and I think I should be choosing to go into Mirage here for this swing. I do have to draw a discard, I think, which is something that I was not ready for, because I'm really contemplating on my hand here. I think I probably should have flipped Wheeljack for the turn, so I didn't have to worry about that upgrade thing, because it is not a you may, it is a you have to. So looks like I am just going to go through my scrap pile here, just seeing kind of what I have in there. I'm probably looking for something specific, obviously. Now, it looks like I was looking for a weapon because I'm holding a dual wield there. So something I'm going to probably try to just hold on to. And like I said, hopefully I'm going into Mirage here, but we'll see what we do, who our target actually is. Getting all that bold, look at all that orange, man. Just bleh, vomit orange cars, getting in for crazy, crazy amounts of damage. So yep, so it looks like I did go into Mirage there. Good call on me, just because like in not going into the Chromia, that's not really that beneficial there, and because he didn't have a secret action, I really needed to go into that Mirage and try to really get rid of, take advantage of the fact he didn't have Tough 2 this game. So put on quite a bit of damage. I think that Mirage has like 2 health left, which is really nice. Now Deadlock is actually more than willing to chew on either of them to be able to get the bounty ability. And then obviously me having Wheeljack as well, I'm going to be able to get 2 attacks here. So this might even be something where I send both attacks into Sunstorm and possibly get Sunstorm off the table in just this one round. So be really, really interesting. Looks like he's possibly getting rid of Pocket Processor. I don't know what other utilities he runs in the deck. Deep in the tank he goes, obviously really wanting to finish off this Prowl here, or else he would have left him in alt mode. However, he really, really wants to get him off the table, especially if he he has Brave. That's what he has. Now I'd imagine that he did then sideboard, because I don't think we saw that at all in the early games. Maybe we did, I don't know. I'd imagine if he sideboarded, I would have sideboarded. I didn't see it in the gameplay that I'm editing, so I don't think that it was in the sideboard. It's also a really good mainboard card, so going to be playing Brave, and then going to be playing that +3, which is going to allow him to get in here for pretty solid amounts of damage onto the Prowl. Looks like I did flip a blue battle icon, so we might live. Oh, looks like that blue allows us to live by 1. See, very thankful for that. It is really nice when it happens to me as far as surviving at 1, because I'm usually the one that always leaves my opponents at 1, so pretty fun stuff. Going to be going through a Piece Through Tyranny here. Now, this is a very, very big play. This does allow me to KO that Prowl and get an additional turn. So I'm going to be able to get 2 swings here and then be able to reset and get another swing. Now, we do have to get rid of that Brave, and it's because you guys did see that we do have the ramming speed in hand. However, I can't play it this turn. So I'm going to back out on my attack here. Yeah, and it's only because I was completely forgetting that he had Brave. I have a game plan, and it's because I have that ramming speed again in my hand to be able to take it down. But we most likely should be flipping Deadlock and trying to finish it off here with Deadlock, just because it's kind of a bad attack. So yeah, looks like that is the play. Going in with Deadlock and really not even plan on flipping, because we really want Wheeljack to be in this other mode. So it looks like we did get in for Pierce 3, and I think he gets to survive at 1 again, man. Welcome to my world. All right, and then Wheeljack getting into it. So really unfortunate, it didn't pan out for me. Like I said, that one, it's real. However, we are going to get an extra turn, right? So we're still going to find ourselves in a really good spot. We're going to be able to get rid of the Chromia here, but really good turn for Kevin, man. Playing that Brave card was super, super solid. That really helped him out, so good play on him. All right, untapping, and I get to take my additional turn. Now, we do have the ramming speed in hand as well, so we know that we might be able to hit that Pocket Processor if that is the route we're going to go. I think I've also been holding on to that dual wield, which is really interesting if we're going to try to go for that. So it looks like we are going to be going into Mirage here. I don't think he's going to be able to one-shot this Deadlock, so if we do play the dual wield, it looks like I'm also holding a Reckless Charge. So either way, I think we're going to be able to get the job done on this Mirage, and then be able to transform and draw 2 cards. We're not going to be able to get access to the stealth because it'll be our only character tapped, but we are going to be able to draw 2. So it looks like I am going to be looking back into my scrap pile if I want to do something, and I should be playing the dual wield here. Playing Reckless Charge I think is actually really bad. I should also be saving that Reckless Charge for Wheeljack swing back into Sunstorm, so it really shouldn't be much of a debate. All right, Soldier's Blaster, and then dual wield to pick up a grenade launcher, most likely. Now I see, and so I think I'm just going all into this Mirage. I think this is very unnecessary. I don't know what I'm going to be swinging into here. If I'm going into this Mirage, we had more than enough to get the job done beforehand, so hopefully I'm going into Sunstorm. All right, looks like we're doing some math. Yeah, I think I'm just literally just going to completely blow this Mirage out of the water. I am very curious as to why I would have went for this play going into Mirage. Maybe it's just because I'm worried he's going to be able to survive, right? He does have 4 attack. We're getting in for 7, and I think I really have to be able to KO that Mirage if we are going to go that route. But like I said, he only has 2 health, so I think we'd have been okay. All right, so we are swinging in here. It looks like we are going into Mirage. So that is going to be one toasted Mirage. Definitely going to be sending him to KO. I don't think we even need to do math. All right, we're flipping to, yeah, okay, all right, we figured it out, folks, we figured it out. I'm like, what is happening here? All right, so this does allow us to draw 2 cards, pretty good stuff. Looks like we did get some solid cards off the top as well. We got another ramming speed if he does happen to pick up another armor or something. Pretty good stuff. That is an interesting play. I do not know. I'm guessing I had a reason behind that. I must have just been extremely worried that I wasn't going to KO the Mirage, and I in fact had to, and I really wanted to save the Wheeljack punch for Sunstorm. So we were going to see an armor coming down here for Kevin on that Sunstorm in reinforced plating. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that, like, I don't know. I plead the 5th. I don't remember. It's a true story. Going for a brainstorm here. It looks like Kevin's going to be trying to go through a bunch of stuff. Looks like I am counting the number of ready for actions and draw cards. So it looks like his hand is probably going to be pretty light on stuff. So yeah, I think his hand was really light on draw cards right here, which again was maybe my reasoning for going in, is that I was just that sure that the Sunstorm wasn't going to be able to finish, and I just wanted a bigger hit from Wheeljack. I hope so. All right, going in for a steady shot and then a secret action. Obviously, the secret actions, man, we don't know what that is. You know, this is when you probably at this point go through your opponent's scrap pile and see what's left in the scrap pile as far as secret actions to kind of, you know, dwindle down what it could possibly be. So, boom, flipping to blue on defense. And it looks like I'll be taking a 6 there after that. Pretty decent amount, and now this is going to be really important. So turbo boosters is going to be able to allow me to untap, and maybe that was my play, was I just knew that I wasn't going to go down and this was going to give me those double swings. I'm going to put him on sabotage armaments for that secret action. It also could be a swerve, allowing him to flip to the other mode and then pick up 2 more armor that way. Even that would be okay. We're going to be going for a ramming speed, getting rid of that armor, and this is going to be able to allow us to push in here for a crazy amount of damage. I should definitely be throwing Wheeljack first since my deck is about to run out, and you don't want to lose access to the bolt. So it is going to be a swerve, allowing him to pick up some more defense there, so really nice stuff. He's getting in for, he has 5 defense here. Losing that armor was very important. And so far we're showing 7, so we're getting in for at least 2 to start. So, you know, that's good math, good math. Shuffling up, being able to also get 2 swings here is really important. And then when we straighten, Kevin unfortunately is going to have to go back into Wheeljack because of that stealth again. So we got 3 more to flip. All right, wow, doing pretty good here. So we're gonna be getting in for probably 5 is what it looks like. I think we were getting in for 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. Yeah, 5 damage. Look at that, quick math, everybody. So getting in for 5 damage, and then now Deadlock's gonna be able to get in for a pretty good amount of damage. I mean, we're swinging in for like a base of what, 9? Yeah, it's a base 9. So that's 10, 11, 12. Oh, getting really nice on the defense, man. Wow, that's really good defense. So that's, I don't know, 7. So we're getting in for another 5. All right. Did I do my math right? Nope. Got in for 4. No, that's right. That's right. He's got 10 on there. So got in there for another 5. He does have 4 health remaining, and like I said, he does have to go into Wheeljack here. So no matter what, we're gonna be able to get another good Deadlock hit in. All right, flipping Sunstorm. He's got to do a big punch. Let's see if he can get it. If Kevin can finish off the Wheeljack here, he's going to find himself in a spot where it's going to come down to flips. However, if he does not finish off the Wheeljack, then it's definitely going to be all she wrote. Playing a Equipment Enthusiast, that does allow him to essentially net 1 card because he's playing 1 to draw 2. So he's probably got a good amount in his hand, and then playing the Energon Axe is going to net him 2 damage essentially because he's losing a card but gaining 3 attack. So we definitely are going to see no armors here. We already saw an action, so he's just probably doing the math here. I don't know if the thought process, I don't know. We'll see. All right, getting in here for a bunch. Ooh, looks like I flipped a blue battle icon. Is that enough for me to live? Looks like, oh yeah, I still had more than enough to be able to survive there. So I was definitely worried about it. Wow, that's a hand. We got a lot of looking for upgrades, but unfortunately didn't see any. However, any of those will be more than enough to be able to get the job done. Probably go for the supercharge here just to try to push for the Pierce. Again, a really big benefit why those black battle icons are in there, but looks like we're going to be going for just the all-out punch. Going to be sending in Deadlock first, and this will most likely be enough to finish it with just this attack. I don't even know if we needed to play it onto Wheeljack there. Doing a bunch of math. Looks like we're in for 12 or so. Looks like he is blocking 1, so that's going to be more than enough to be able to take the match, and then ended up finishing out there in game 3. I really hope you guys did enjoy this gameplay. Obviously, if you did, a like would be greatly appreciated as it shows me your guys' support. Make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys can get access to all of our videos as soon as they become available, especially with me trying to produce so much content for you guys during this time period since I am also at home. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.